Bingo bango. Hey, I'm only 6 minutes late. Not bad, not bad. So what is up? How is the world of YouTube doing tonight? Are you guys all being wild and crazy, guys? Sorry, I've been watching Steve Martin stuff. He was one of the original wild and crazy guys. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been on the computer designing again. Designing graphics. But not the fishing graphics like I did. I'm doing skateboarding graphics. It's been a lot of fun. Now, since I'm doing pretty much the old school skateboarding, I've been making up some really cool old school skateboarding graphics. And I'm going to be putting them on my Teesprings account tomorrow. And I actually eliminated a lot of stuff I had on there, a lot of designs. Now I just went back to the old school CCB designs. Kept those on there for the old schoolers. Whoa, we switched the lights. In a video game. All right, well, at least you're here. How long will the 5% last you? I just noticed my neighbor changed his lights. They were orange and red for Halloween. Now they're green. He's got lights kind of like I got the strips. He's switched it up. Wait, I gotta be here. %. Oh, 7%. Wow. You're doing 2% better than normal, buddy. 6%. Well, see you for the next minute and a half then. Minute and a half of corn. His phone was at 5%. He was playing the game. I have good news on the skateboarding stuff. 30 carp on Friday. Where the fuck do you go? Carp are fun. I should be CCC now. Center Coast Carp. Yeah. Nice. I got some good news on the skateboarding thing though. Corn will know about this. Drainage ditch. They were guppies. Lance Mountain got back to me. Christian Asoy got back to me. Bert Lamar got back to me. I told you that Adrian Germain got back to me. I sent an Instagram to Tony, but he has 7 million subscribers. So I don't know how often he checks his Instagrams. Yeah, I sent them to. I've been sending them to all the old schoolers that I knew and asking if they remember me. And Lance said, "Yeah, I'm still trying to put the face to the pictures because he has bad memory, evidently." He goes, "I'm going to have a meeting with John Lucero, and see if I can connect the dots." But really cool photos really cool content on your Instagram because I have all the old skate footage up and that. So yeah, and Christian. So I asked if you remember me and asked if you remember my friend Tank that me and him used to skate with sometimes, my black friend. And he gave me a yep with a thumbs up. So yeah, I tried to find Chris Miller, but I don't think he has one. I got to Barker Barrett, but I mean, I knew him for like a year or two, but he wasn't the old schooler. He was like late 80s and new 90s. I'm trying to get back together with all the, the real. I mean, it's really funny. I was just thinking about it. I skated with, back in the early 80s, if you put a list together, probably the top 20 known old school original skaters, I probably hung out with at least like, I don't know, 10 of them, 15 of them when we were little that are actually like the big names, And also didn't know them really well, but skated with probably almost every one of those top 20. So I'm kind of realizing I do have a pretty big history in skateboarding. And I wasn't just a groupie. I was, when they were amateur, I was almost as good as them. Then they kept going, and I kind of dropped out for a year and a half, and then got back into it. But yeah, so it's kind of cool getting back together with all these people. I mean, we were all teenagers back then. Tony wasn't even a teenager yet when I first met him. Neither was Jeff Grosso. They were both 12. So yeah, it's been a fun adventure. All right, Corn. Yeah, so I said I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm having a lot of fun. And it's raining here right now, by the way. We actually have rain again. Not much, but I can hear it on the leaves, and the ground's already wet. I just went to the store, it was on off a little bit, but now it's picking up a bit. You guys might actually be able to hear the rain in the background soon. Yeah, so I've been having a fun old time. Did some practice filming for my new old school with my high 8 camera. Got enough footage to put that together now. Just got to work out my intros and stuff. But yeah, it's coming along swimmingly. Kind of glad I took the break. I mean, I pretty much told you all I could in bass fishing with those like 1,600 videos. After that, my tips, tricks, everything, I'm just going to repeat, just repeating what I already told you. Bass are still bass. Nothing's really changed. And going back over all the skating stuff is really cool. And getting to the point where I'm going to be doing some more new filming of skateboarding. Because I started filming skateboarding. That was my goal when I had a camera, was filming skateboarding, not fishing. I mean, wait, I filmed what? I was filming skateboarding for 3 years before I made that one little fishing video. And then I didn't make another fishing video till 6 years after that. Yet I filmed a lot of skateboarding that whole time. It was just a little easier when I got older to keep fishing than it was to keep skating. And I pretty much lost everywhere I could skate because I wasn't a street skater. I was ramp or mini ramp, and they all disappeared. Or I had to travel like 40 minutes an hour just to find one. Nowadays, there's skate parks everywhere. I have like one 5 minutes from my house this way. I have two of them like 10 minutes away that way. There's one in Santa Cruz. There's one in Greenville. I mean, there's so skate parks everywhere. Even where I grew up now, it has the Los Osos skate park, which has one of the best. It's a left-handed kidney. It's like one of the best sort of public vert, and that's right by my sister's. I'll have to go down there sometime and film it once I get that stuff going more. And I still have my original first ever Sunday Quits Bass video with my pro friend Mark Hines to put up. It's pretty good footage, but it's got static over it. There's some like static over the volume. It's like popping and stuff. But that's pretty cool. That was filmed in '95 at Kachuma Lake on his Ranger bass boat. Had him wireless mic'd up. I just did the filming. It wasn't my VHS camera. I actually borrowed my sister's. I think she had a high 8 at that time, which is a little bit better quality than my VHS. Plus, my VHS camera at that point was having little issues. I think it finally conked out of me around 99, but I had it since '86. So that, and I put a lot of footage on it. Hours and hours and hours of footage. Probably just need to be cleaned when it started messing up. But I need the money, so I sold it off. Yeah, that was a $1,500 camera. Top of the line Hitachi VHS camera in 1986. My mom bought it for me for Christmas. Thank God she learned from my dad, because my dad always bought top of the line stuff when he bought something. And she bought me the best of the best back then. I have one picture somewhere of that camera. I haven't found it. I've been looking through all my photos. There's a shot of me with that, because it was like a news camera, like the big one on the shoulder. There's a shot that my girlfriend at the time, a picture she took of me when I was filming the girls for my fashion videos. And I'm standing on the side, and she's up on a bridge, and I'm like filming her as she walks over, and you can see the big camera on my arm. I know the picture exists. I just don't know where it is. Haven't found it yet. It's got to be around somewhere. I found some of the old footage from back then. I found the whole old footage on VHS. It's like almost 2 hours straight of just really pretty women in really nice clothing and bathing suits. Yeah, I found. I haven't uploaded to the computer yet, but I found it. I found all the raw footage of me directing them and being a director. Telling them, man, no, try it again this way, try it again that way. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. I said I still have 3, I think 2 or 3. No, I still have 3 Santa Cruz Bass fishing videos put up. I have a tips and tricks. I have me and Tito at the pier, and I have me and Tito doing the last Drain Lake tour. All that footage is still sitting in my computer. I haven't really felt like sitting down and editing and putting it together. Way too much other stuff right now. Wow, it's another slow Monday. I think all my regular fish guys have like bailed on me now. Gord's still here. Nick comes in sometimes. Backroads comes in sometimes. But, I guess they feel like I abandoned them. We loved your fishing shows. You only did 1,600 or so. You need to do them until you die. Funny though, because if you look at my last 2 months of fishing video uploads, and you look at my now like 2 months of September or in November, yeah, so I think 2 months of me putting up skateboarding footage, and the last 2 months of me putting up fishing footage. Same upload time, 2 a week, Wednesday, Friday. My skate videos have a lot more views than my fishing videos. So, as an entertainment and more fun to do, also as making more money from the videos, it's more profitable too. I didn't give you guys up just for the money, but they're starting to some are starting to pick up. I mean, seriously, 12 years of just fishing videos, 2 months of just skating videos. YouTube's looking at me going, what the fuck is this guy doing? We don't know what to do with him now. I screwed up all the analytics. They're like, what? Huh? We have tons of stuff to work with as far as fishing, but we only have 2% of that or 1% of that to work with skating stuff. So we'll, see what happens to it. In the end, when I got a guy lowballing me on that, or I've been talking about that stuff I have to put on eBay for sale. Well, I put the clock on there. That's all the silver coinage clock. I put it for 60. The last 3 that sold, they were a little bit fancier than mine. I guess they did some fancy versions too. $124, $179, and $200. That's what they sold for in the last like month on eBay. I put mine for 60. I went, ooh, I'm kind of low. And I got a guy, or best off. I put a guy that said, oh, $33. I'm like, I haven't got back to him yet. But I mean, there's like, if you break the coin, the clock apart, I looked up all the coins that are in it. It's about $80 worth of coins. They're freaking mint condition. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be taking that $33 offer. I mean, come on, man. That's low balling. And I found out the way they found out something interesting about eBay and the way they work. There were some people watching. I had this model airplane that I got from '76. It's Bachman. They're pretty popular. I found out there's a lot of them up there. I have it for like 25, I think. And there's actually quite a few watchers. eBay sent me an email going, "Hey, make the sale now. Make your move. Lower it 5%. We'll send him an email saying your offer, the product you're watching just became better. He dropped the price 5%. You should buy it now." I'm like, really? That's what eBay works? They're the ones that like, well, obviously they're making money off it too. They're juicing the customers in the background. They're going, ooh, lower your price. And it will make it sound urgent from us that they should get it now. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. I mean, 25 bucks. Most of them were selling for more than that. Mine's in perfect condition. Box is a little worn, and it's a cargo plane. Most of them people have on there. They're World War II like fighter planes and everything. So mine's a little bit different kind of plane. I think it has like, I only put it up like 2 days ago, but it has like 15 people watching it or something. So, and the one thing I put on that I thought they'd get a lot of watches was a Playboy centerfold puzzle. Only one person. But I think I have it on there for, I don't know how much to put on. But the last ones did sell for an average price of like 20, 30 bucks. I have a little more than that, but ah shit. Another big ass spider. I'm gonna have to kill that one. I hate spiders. There's been a lot of big spiders crawling around here. I don't know if I killed him, but I hurt him. Yeah, I've been sitting out here at night and like every night, one of those big, the ones that are like that big, the big ass freaking garden spiders. They all had, this one I just saw over there, but all the rest of them, I'm sitting here and they come up our steps and start heading towards the door. And so I pick up the shoe and I like drop it off because I'm out here with a blanket around me. A lot of places for them to get under. I hate them. I don't want them anywhere near me. So, and they're like that big. That much bigger. Oh no, I didn't stick him to the wall. He's on the ground right below there. It doesn't seem like he's moving. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's been my recent activity. Tomorrow I probably will. I don't know. I'll probably go to El Estero if it doesn't rain. I said it's raining right now. My phone's not waterproof, so I can't be having that out in the rain. trying to keep at least, sorry, I'm worried about this spider. I'm trying to keep that one live fishing. But then I thought about I might do a live game of skate lives because they always play game of skates at the park all the time. I don't know where everyone's at, man. They bailed on me, Corn. Or they're just busy. They're all like, well, he gave up on us fishermen. No, it's been like this for, I doubt that's the reason or that. But yeah, no, all my Mondays now have just been, I don't know, really slow. Either people got tired of me or they just have other things to do or there's better lives on a Monday that they like. So, I mean, Richard hasn't come in, Nick hasn't come in. They were here last week. I don't know. Last week, basically for the last hour I was live, it was me and Noah talking. Me and Noah had a really good conversation. Jess Fish, oh my God. Where'd this guy come from? He's wanted to disappear. Well, I know why he disappeared because you told me you would because it's grape season. We've been stomping grapes. No one has yeah. Well, he's busy now. This is fall. Fall is wine season, so finally crushed them all. Yeah. Sorry, I said I keep looking over there because there's a freaking spider. Go run the vineyards. Sorry, I just had to make sure he was dead. He's one of the big ugly ones I hate. You'd hear me scream like a woman if that thing came on me. Came from the vineyards. We were just talking about you. That's really weird. Your ears must have been burning, man. Corn was asking where everyone was, and I said, I don't know. And I said, Just Fish is busy. He's crushing grapes. Now, there's been a lot of them coming up, man. At least like every other day when I'm out here kicking up my own big spiders, keep coming up our steps and heading towards the door. I've killed like 4 of them now. Now that one, that's number 5. I said I have my blanket around me. I have all these places they could hide. So I don't want them walking around. So the grapes are all done there, Mr. Jess Fish? That's cool. Oh, and sorry guys. So one thing I did do, I haven't fished in over. Well, no, I fished 2 weeks ago. Well, you probably haven't been busy, but I switched. My channel's all old skateboarding now. Yeah, I eliminated a lot of my merch because now I'm keeping some of the old fishing merch on my site. Most of you have your stuff, but I took off all that crew stuff, all the personal ones I made you. I kept one. There is one shirt that I'm on the front and on the back is every one I made of you guys. Corn and Just Fish and Tito and yeah, they're all on the back. On the front is me that says Captain. But most of you already bought the one for you. And seriously, who else is going to buy an image that's not them? They were meant for you guys to buy them. That were you. So yeah, I mean, I could always put it back on, but yeah, I just took. I mean, I had like 60 designs on there. It was actually too much anyway. I just cut it down to like, I think there's like 10 or 12 on there. And now I've been doing some old school skateboarding graphics and stuff. So I'm throwing that up. I've kind of been doing what I do with you guys. I have pictures of some of the people on my ramp, and I've been taking those pictures and turning them into cool kind of artwork. Not the color like I did for you guys, but more black and white, like graphic pen kind of imagery with old school skateboarding at the bottom. I'm still CCB, but now it stands for, I figured out, it could be Central Coast Boards or Central Coast Boarding. Probably boards. Boarding sounds like I'm like a youth hostel or something, but I'm like, if somebody asks, what could I say? Anyway, it still says Central Coast Bass, which most people think is base. I'm like, oh. I don't know. I'm gonna start filming new ones with my old camera, so I'm gonna do new old school videos and film it in the same way as filmed on that tape in the 80s. With those, in a way, I can do it, and I have some documentaries and other things. Probably another like 20 or 30. And there's ways I could like do reaction to and that kind of thing, or talk about a specific person and use that footage within sort of a documentary thing about it. Plus, I have all my old magazines. I mean, yeah, there's just right now, as far as footage that's actually mine, that's taped, I'd probably get another 20 out of it, another 20 or 30. Pretty easily, just using what's been uploaded. No, I put the picture of it up on Instagram. It's on I have a new Instagram. It's CCB Old School Skateboarding. And I put that one video up showing it on the regular Central Coast Bass Instagram. No, I take that thing to the park, and everybody else is like, dude, I love your camera. That is a bitching camera. Like, I'm jealous of your camera. Like, everybody likes the fact that I have like a 22, 23-year-old high 8 camera. And with a wide angle lens. They're like, dude, that's badass. They're all filming on their phones, and I'm like following people around with a high 8 camera. Johnny, what is up? The only social media I know is YouTube. Yeah, I haven't put it up on there. I tried to put it up on my new one, but I had to make a second Instagram under the same name, and you can only do it if you have a phone. But this phone, when I go to it, it only goes to my Central Coast Bass Instagram, and I don't know. I made it do one of those generated passwords, and I tried to switch it on here. It asked for the password. I tried to load it on the computer. I thought I typed it in right, but it was like H Jude G backslash forward slash backslash some letters, a number, two like quotes, and then so it was like, and I couldn't get to switch from this account to my other account on my phone. And I can't get this. I uploaded on my computer, but I couldn't get this footage. I can't get this footage on here into my computer. I plugged it in, but I don't know how to do it. So So I just uploaded that. Hey guys, this is my new idea, and showed the camera and everything on my. So it goes fast Instagram. It's the way it works. Really? Dax, what's up? Yeah, I haven't even thought about it. I'm in the same shoes as Jess. He hasn't fished in 2 months. I played around. Well, I played a pinhole 2 weeks ago. Got that one. Does the lake come up? Right, I'm fine. Um, did it come up? Have you been there since the rain, Johnny? I mean, there was like 4.5 inches in Watsonville. I would assume with that much rain, the lake must have come up some, at least slightly. Although we got 2.5 here, and I didn't. I was there the other day filming skating, but I didn't. I didn't go look to see if the water had come up. It didn't look like it did. Yeah, once I heard 4.5 inches, I'm like, ooh, it probably came up. Is it? It hardly ever turns dirty though, so I doubt it's paper bag brown. It'll get the springs running in it though. It'll keep coming up. Usually comes up still comes up after a really good rain and starts getting into those springs that feed into it. Um, it'll keep rising a lot of times for like 1 or 2 weeks after a rain. It slowly inches up. By the docks. Well, there's not much of any other place to fish around there. It's not an expensive amount of land to fish at. Oh, another thing I wanted to ask you guys. Did I ever put up a 3D of me walking around the shoreline at Pinot? I have it in my old phone. I think I found a way I can upload it. But when I looked up all my 3D walk around footage, it didn't show up on my channel. I think I might have filmed a little bit before I killed that camera. Yeah, I found it. I have the footage. And I walk all the way around the whole lake in 3D. I did 2 or 3 of them on the jetty. There's like 3 on there, I think, or at least 2 on there. One on the right, one on the left jetty. A 3D look around. But I filmed one where I walked from the beach side and I walked the whole lake, all the shore you could fish, all the way around to the other side where you can't go anymore. But it didn't show up. I know I would have listed it as 3D walk around. I searched my channel and like 8 or 9 of them showed up, but that one didn't. Yeah, I did 2 on the jetty. I did one on the right and one on the left. But this is a whole walk around of the whole place. My old phone still works, and I turned it on and it works. So I'm thinking I could link it to the Wi-Fi on this, and then upload to YouTube from the old phone. I'm thinking. So I'm gonna give that a try. It's pretty cool. I watched it again. I hadn't watched it in a long time. I remembered I'd filmed it and I wanted to find it on YouTube and I couldn't. It wouldn't show up. It didn't show up in my list. I went back and looked. And then I had to go to the old phone and go, am I just tripping out my old age? Because I swear I filmed one walking the whole fishable area of Pinot, and I found it. So that might be a sneaker video that I throw up. A complete walk around of fishable shore of Pinto. It turned out pretty good. I think in that on my old phone with that one, it would only let me film for 10 minutes with it. So I think I cut it right to almost 10 minutes. But it turns out pretty good. You get to look around, slide your little camera or move your phone around and look everywhere. And I did one live on the 3D. I can still do lives on it, but I can't see. I'd have to have somebody with another phone because I can't see if anybody's live or anybody's watching or any comment. But I still do have the ability to go live in 3D. Is it raining where you are, Jess? It's raining here. I don't know if it's up north or not. No, Tito hasn't really been fishing either. And you'd be proud of him. He's given up. He doesn't drink beer anymore. He doesn't smoke pot anymore. Yeah, he went totally clean. He's been off pot now for like 4 months. Last time I saw him was like a month or two ago, and now he doesn't even drink anymore. So he got the baby, and now he's like clean and sober. Yes, just started lightning. Yeah, it's light here. If you listen up, you can probably hear it hitting the leaves. Did you get? Yeah, yeah. He's saving a lot of money too. The beer, not so much, but how much he smoked and how expensive that stuff is. He was spending a lot of money on that stuff. Like a lot of money. Yeah, I still have 2 shows of him that I filmed. We filmed one at the pier about, it was like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. And I actually filmed the oh, you're fishing with Wayne and Grams? Nice. He finally learned his name was Dave, and I never call him Dave. It's Grams. Anyway, he's only like, what? Chris! Oh my God, Chris came in. You get more bang for the buck with one. Nobody gave it all up. Yeah, I still have 2 more films with Tito. Drain Lake Tour Episode 2 and one at the Rockfish at the pier. What is up, Chris? Chris hasn't even been. Have you been fishing? Chris, I need more turtles. You're not even fishing anymore. Chris hasn't really been fishing either, I don't think. Turtles. I need more turtles. He caught a bunch of fish on those turtles you gave him. I think he told you that at one point anyway, but they fucking work. You haven't fished in 3 months? I haven't fished in 2 weeks. Just Fish hasn't fished in like 2 months. Um, I don't think Tito's fished much either. He went to San Luis Reservoir like a couple weeks ago. He caught one striper on topwater. Then he went to Pino, and I think he caught 5 bass at Pino, the most he's ever caught. Me too. It's been 3 months. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't drink during the day now, so I've been cutting down. I still have my 2 at night, but yeah, a lot of times I don't drink it all during the day. I used to always have 1 or 2 during the day, and then my 2 at night. But we got a side business now, Chris. You can sell turtles. Yeah, that's good, Chris. At least you're doing it younger than me. I am though. Yeah. I used to always need one during the day, and now I don't. Yeah, I don't. A lot of times I just work on the computer and just. Oh, you fished 2 weeks ago? Nice. Yeah, I don't really. I don't. Only plans I have. I got more turtles. I am planning on fishing the trout stocks at El Estero. Those I am definitely going to have fun fishing and filming because those are so fun. Of course, they don't start till another couple months, January. So I think that's the only plans I have as far as fishing videos coming up in the foreseeable future is the trout stock. Those are just so fun because everybody comes, everybody has a great time. We catch so many fish. Freak people out going, what? There's trout in here? I didn't think there was any fish in this lake. And I supply everybody else with lemons. It's like, if you don't know how to catch fish, don't worry. We have plenty to go around if you like eating trout. We catch what, like, between all of us, usually like 40, 50, 60 fish. I still got that. I still got that one little grub. The yellow and white grub I was using last. I still have it. What? Did you find a new one or did you just give up? Did you just give up? Well, that's funny. Everything's changing for everybody, huh? People aren't drinking. People aren't smoking. People aren't fishing much. People are moving on to other things. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, so I said with me kind of with the fishing thing, I spent what 12 years doing it. I think that's the most consistently I've ever fished for bass in my life. I always fished intensely for them for about a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then I would take a couple years off. But from like 2000, what was it, 2009 till just recently, it was like Gotta fish, gotta fish, gotta fish. Got out. It wasn't working out. Yeah, well, you work with such young people. They're always complaining about how they do their job and their outlook on life. If you ain't happy, don't do it. It's good philosophy. I wanted to quit marshals forever. I mean, I lasted there 9 years, but I hated it the whole time. And finally, they fired me. Except CCP. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, man. I hated marshals. It was finally, I think I pissed them off enough that they fired me. I've been kind of like poking them to fire me for like the last 5 years I was there because it was just intolerable and mismanaged and shitty work conditions. But they finally did me the favor. Yes, exactly. Don't worry, be happy. Look at the brighter side of life. Not to quote Monty Python, but even if you're hanging on the cross, waiting to die, look on the happier side of life. It's going out to all you Monty Python fans out there. The Holy Grail. Yeah, I'm trying to stay that way. I'm trying to keep myself to the point that I don't have to go back to work again. I've become a pretty good. I have a lot of stuff to put on eBay that I found out from my storage unit. That's worth quite a bit of money. That keep me going for a while. Some of my skateboarding footage I'm putting up is starting to get. One's up to like almost 700 views. Another one's up to almost 600. Like I said, my skate videos for the last 2 months, compared to my last 2 months of fishing videos, skate videos have more views than the last 2 months of my skateboarding videos I have, or my fishing videos I uploaded. Yeah, but I'm not passionate about anything when I'm working for somebody else, unless it's doing like independent, like editing work or something like that. I don't really want to. I don't really want to go back to anything where I have to clock in and clock out type stuff. I'm looking at independent. I know. I mean, oh yeah, I just noticed that in it just I yeah just I'm on the same page now. Sorry, I jumped ahead. I was I was talking about what I'm planning not to do. Well, I don't know. It all works out. I spent way too much time working for other people when I probably could have done other stuff that made me happier. And probably would have been much better off. I know you're fascist. Yeah. I've tried lots of different ways to make money on my own. I've been successful at everything but making money with my passions and I strive for it. So maybe this one at this age is the one that'll work. Going back to something I did 30 years ago really good and see if that pans out. Oh, and that being said, on YouTube now, I don't know what it is. You know, everybody gets sponsors for their videos and stuff. I don't know. Since I switched to skateboarding, it happened a little bit before that. I'm getting all kinds of people offering me to put, and they'd pay me or whatever, 30-second basically ads for their product on my YouTube channel. I get like 2, 3 a week now. But I'm just like, well, I've been on here forever. And this is why suddenly everybody's slapping me with this stuff. Some of them are sort of, are fishy, but a lot of them are pretty legit. But it's not really any, it's, I don't know. I guess I can take the money, but it's nothing I'm really passionate about advertising for it. It's just like fitness stuff or new games that are coming out. I don't know. I've got back to a few of them, but I don't know. I was asking Nicholas about it because he gets a lot of them, and I was telling him about what they send and how they send it, and he's like, "Nah, that's just don't go for that. Don't go for that." And one company wants to pay me $100 for if I make them 3D virtual reality content. It, they really like the one. I don't know if Chris, if you remember, we did one in your boat one time where I held the camera and we went around the islands and everything. They wanted that from me for $100, but I don't have it anymore. It's not on my old phone. But I said, well, I'm willing to make some for you if you want of different locales and different things 3D. And they said that would be an option, but I don't know. I'm not. They want wilder and they want outdoorsy stuff and that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They seem legit. It's actually supposedly the CEO of the company. It's a new. It's like a vacation site, but they want 3D content so people can watch it and look around. So that's kind of an option. Yeah, we can reproduce it for them because I can't find it. I looked at my old phone; it's not on there. I found it on YouTube, but I can't download it at good quality. It only I downloaded one from him, but it's bad quality. I tried to download one from my downloader. It was 10K, but it wasn't 3D. It had like top and bottom each video, but you couldn't scroll around or anything. But I've been back and forth with them for like the last, I don't know, like a couple months asking me because I said it's on my old phone. It's broke. Don't know if I can get it. Let me look. Let me see if I have it. So they're willing to pay me $100 for one. If I could send it to them on a micro, they'd pay for whatever it cost me for the SD card. So I don't know. There's an option there. And they like the commentary. I said, yes, we really like the one where you're showing the tour around Pinot Lake. And yeah, if you can make more with the commentary and then the way you explain and talk about it, we would pay you $100 per video. And I'm like, all right. Sounds good. Of the of the war. No, I did that one. They've seen all of them, I think, because I did that 3D walk down. I did that one at Christmas, the walk down at the wharf. I also did one at the pier. I did a walk down. Um, I don't know if they've seen all those. I don't know if they've looked on my channel for those. Like, are there any? I have. I seem to have almost every other 3D video I've done except that one of me and Chris cruising around the boat. Unfortunately, the only one you want, I don't have. So I don't know. I think the 3D thing's coming back. When I started doing it, what, like 2, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when it first came out, it wasn't really taking off. But now, we have Metaverse coming out. That's why I titled this Metaverse. Because Facebook changed the name. I thought it was changed the name, but now he wants to create a virtual world through Facebook or something called Metaverse, where we all in Vegas it is. It's for $1,000. Yeah, but I found out today Metaverse is actually from a sci-fi novel. And I forget who it was by. I think it's called. I can't remember. I saw it. The guy was a sci-fi guy and read the book. And the future was like not like Running Man or Logan's Run and all that stuff. Society become like it is now, where you drive down the street and there's mega malls and it's all like retail and corporate everywhere you go. And they created the metaverse, which people went into, and you could have an avatar, and you kind of make money out of it and everything else. It's like a virtual world where you could. But in the book, what happened was the people that got on it first and started it suddenly were the ones that controlled everything and did everything. And then if you came in later in that, it was a lot harder to kind of like regular social, like getting on Facebook first and getting yourself and all that. And yeah, so in the end, the virtual world ended up being just like reality. But in the book, it was called Metaverse. You would be viral. That's it. Chris, want to start a business? Let's move to Vegas. We can do 360 VR pimping videos. We can just walk down the strip and make money. Yeah, I know this is some vacation site. On some vacation site, but it's more targeted towards seniors, I think. So Vegas might be out. Well, no, let's do Vegas. But like I said, I've conversated back and forth. He hasn't sent me something in a while. Sometimes I don't know, it takes him a week or two to get back to me or a month. But after I said I didn't have the footage you wanted, but then he said that might be an option for you to film new ones. I didn't really get back to him. He tells me, we'll be gambling. We'll just be filming it. We'll just be filming the gambling. I don't gamble either. I just go to the nickel slots and get free drinks. But you don't drink anymore, so. But that's what I did. Yeah, yeah. Jetfish is a businessman. He can definitely take us places. Yeah, I don't know. It's starting to take off now. When I first did it, I bought my camera and it's been available on YouTube, I think, since 2017, 2018. I know of 2018 for sure, but I think it was available before that for the VR stuff. But it just didn't catch on. But it sounds about right though. Usually takes 3, 4, 5 years for things to really catch on. and then suddenly, poof, it just explodes. So maybe, and you always see all those commercials now on TV with everybody with their VR glasses, anyway, they're like playing the games, but it's an untapped market, I think, at this point. People kind of saw it on there, but they didn't really understand it. But now that the game's getting better and all these commercials, it's starting to get more into the mainstream with people. And like I put up a 3D skate one. I actually put the I put the camera in the middle of the bowl and had everybody skate around it, and I put it up, and people were like, "Wow!" It took me like 5 minutes into it to realize that I could touch the screen and move it around. Like, yeah, that's why it says VR 360. Look around on it. Rome, Greece. Hey, yeah, I mean, there's a market for it. And I'm obviously good at the commentary because whoever this company is said they want them just like I did with me commentating about what I was commentating on about the views and everything else. They liked the whole presentation because they said that when he got a hold of me one time. He goes, "Yes, we would love stuff like that, but with commentary." Like they didn't want me to just silently walk through and then send the footage. They obviously liked like how I said, "Okay, we're going here," and some of my history about the lake and what we're going through and all that stuff. So yeah, let's go international with this test fish. I'll just have to do a little study on the cities and the towns that I'm walking through, so I can commentate on it. Have to be a little more. I don't know. I was just holding it on my tripod, or holding my hands, but it's a look. And it's funny when you have it in 3D, when you have it and you're holding your hands. When you actually look down with the camera, you don't see the camera at all. You only see my hands. It's like when it's on a tripod. You don't see the camera at all. You only see the tripod. Yeah. Yeah, we have all the connections, man. We do we could have a 3D company. And we just got to come up with names. We haven't seen Captain in a long time. You think you disappeared for a while, Jesvich? Nobody's heard or seen from Captain in like 4 months, 3 months. Even Backroads hasn't heard from him in like 2 or 3 months. Even Mud Tramp. Um, she was in my live like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I said that she heard from him, and she went, "Nope, nothing." So we don't know what happened to Captain. Captain is AWOL. I haven't checked his channel. Low budget's still around. His Florida Custom Tackle. His baits are actually doing pretty good. He came on here 2 or 3 weeks ago. Said he still had to give me something for the logo I designed him because he's still using the logo. He said he was going to pay me something for it, but he never did. But yeah, he's starting to custom paint baits and more than just plastics now. He has like cranks and top water and other stuff. It's become his kind of become his passion. He's still on. You can get him Florida Custom Tackle on Instagram. I see some of his posts here and there, and I check up on him. Actually, one day he came in here and asked me my favorite bait color. I told him about the flaming grape by Bandit, and he actually created one that looked like the flaming grape color because it's no longer available through Bandit. It's such an old color. The one I called the snow cone. I don't IG. Well, that's fine then. Guess you'll never see him again. Just be that way. Just sit on YouTube then. Which is great. I'm glad you're here. Jimmy Curtis again. I don't know. They're offering a lot of people money now to go back to work. COVID fucked up everything. I mean, these people that are doing DoorDash and the Dash and all that, they're making good money now. Creating their own schedule, doing their own thing. It's just doing, I don't know. Yep, peanuts, Chris. I don't know. The most money I ever made working for somebody else was, what did I make at Marshall's in the end? I think $10.50. But I think that was when minimum wage was $10. Before that, I think the most I made. Oh, I worked at Cal Poly and I made up to $6.25. I worked for them for 9 years. And I was making a whopping $6.25. I think minimum wage at that time was $4.50. So I was balling there. I was making the money. Money, money, money. Yeah. I was $2 above minimum wage, baby. Woo! I was big time. Yeah, Marshall's after 9 years. I don't think so. Lonnie was actually making good money. He didn't do 100 a day. I don't know about now. I mean, it's getting busier and busier. Oh my God. Look who shows up. How does everybody find out that we're talking about him? Backwards. You must have like I don't know, trolls out or something. No, Lonnie was actually making pretty good money at it. I know that, but that was like what, a year ago. Now it's becoming overcrowded. What? I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm the amount of money they're paying minimum wage now to me is like, I don't know. It's like now minimum wage is like, or what they're paying people now is like $5, $6, $7 more an hour than I ever made ever working for somebody else. But you know, I don't know. It's just weird times. Everything changed with COVID. I mean, hell, you just quit your job, Chris, because you said it wasn't working out. And I think that's what 90% of people found out, that his phone was at 7% when he came in. You know him, Judge Fish. It's $14 minimum wage. All right, well that's, yeah. That's $4 more than I ever made an hour, and I worked for the place for 9 years. 9 years, and you're making $10 an hour, and I didn't make that till the last. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's I said that earlier when I said my mom paid $1,500 for my first ever video camera in '86. In today's prices, that probably would have been a $5,000 camera easily. And that was the first video camera I started with. Everything goes up. It's part of life. But you got to admit, sure goes. Yeah, that's because more shit's coming here than's going there. The United States is the consumer. A lot of those other countries aren't nearly as the consumer as the U.S. We're trained very well here. The U.S. is trained. That's where everybody wants their products to go to the U.S. because we're very trained as being consumers. You can't buy a new phone every 6 months. Do nothing. You gotta buy the newest thing constantly. It's been that way forever. Yeah, we just can't. I mean, we're trained consumers. We want what the Joneses have. It's been going that way forever here. Yeah, their ports aren't nearly. I mean, L.A. port, the amount of shit that comes into L.A. I mean, isn't L.A. one of the biggest ports for unloading shit? I mean, in the world, as far as amount of ships and everything that come in and out of it. I mean, I had a lot. I remember I profited really well. I remember, well, I profited really well in 2003 with those mini cars. Kenny Allen, no way. People have cried for those there. You can easily make 18 at McDonald's. I know, exactly. Of course, inflation's gone up, but I think it's given up. Why not you? Yeah, but in 2003, when was it, 2003, when there was a lockout at the port and everything went kind of dry, and yeah, and I got a hold of those mini RC cars, and my friend tipped me to a company that had them that was flying them in because everybody else's orders were stuck in the ships, and I made like $3,000 profit in 3 weeks selling those things. Yeah, I mean, ships aren't the only way you can get stuff to the U.S. you you can actually fly stuff in. It's $18 for a Happy Meal. Just let them at the clinic. I was like, okay. I don't know. It's the same thing too with all the. I was watching one about it was on gangs and stuff, and the guy does a documentary. He goes into it's on he's on YouTube, but he goes into places and talks to people that are in gangs and everything. And he said that yeah, during the COVID, um, it made a lot of people rich. Like they were getting so much money, and suddenly the crime in their neighborhoods and people like you know gang members doing their shit to them that raised because um, suddenly they knew everybody had this money and they were already living on very low income. So to them to have that much money and people were fleecing them, they're coming in going, working them over, like taking that stimulus money they got from them and stuff. Yeah, it was just the ghetto and the gangs in the ghetto areas freaking worked that system. They suddenly knew all those poverty stricken people were getting checks. They were getting money. And they were living on almost nothing to begin with. Yeah, they were hustling them. That's what these guys said. They're like they were profiting off the people. You really like that guy on you really like that guy on YouTube? I think he's on YouTube. But he intentionally I think it's YouTube or it's on TikTok. I don't know. But he films himself while he's doing interviews for jobs and because of the COVID and that they FaceTime. So he gets on the FaceTime and he like cracks a beer and he's like drinking a beer and stuff while he's talking to him. Or he's like really, really high. Or he's like shirtless. And he intentionally goes on and films it and just the reaction of the people like asking him about it. That sounds totally like your story backwards. Maybe it was that guy. Maybe it's a video. Did you FaceTime him or was it over the phone? Yeah, it's funny. It is hilarious because I'll be like, should I call you back later? He goes, oh no, I'm ready for what? I'm shirtless. I mean, come on, I'm at my house. You're over there. Nothing wrong with that. She's like, well, I mean, I'd really like it if you had a shirt on during this interview. And he goes, no, I'm totally laid back. I'm cool. Yeah, I have an on security camera. I should post it. You should. Yes, his videos are getting so many views because it's so funny. So he's like drinking a beer or they ask him certain questions. He goes, well, you know, I like to smoke pot throughout the days. I mean, you guys allow that, right? I mean, I totally work when I'm high. I actually work better when I'm high. You guys should be good with that, right? They're just like, um, excuse me, sir. Um, he's scratching himself the whole time. Pacing back and forth. You should post that, dude. You're the other end of what he's doing. Oh, that's crazy. That's so funny though. Well, thank you by the way for Kenny Allen for coming in. I don't know if he's even still in here, but he's an old school friend. He's a radio host here, and I at the time I introduced him to pinup. I get his posts on Facebook and that. I get back to him once in a while. He won't fish pin anymore. It's too busy. Sad part is I almost asked you. That desperate? um, yeah, it's weird here. Like 7-Eleven now here, the one right by me, they're not open 24 hours anymore. They're seven. They're like 6 a.m. to midnight because they can't find anybody to work late. Um, the mail guy. We actually got mail on Sunday the other day. Oh, we have mail in here. I think we got mail on Sunday, and why am I getting the hippo flash? Yeah, you know who he is. Um, yeah, Sunday. I'm like sitting out here having a cigarette, and all of a sudden, I forgot it was a Monday. Honestly, Nicholas, what is up, Nicholas? Do you want to come in? I don't know. I have. There's a link somewhere. I don't know if you want to. We have all the old schoolers in here, but yeah, I was sitting here on a Sunday. I mean, they deliver packages. And also, the guy starts walking around. He hands up. He gives me the mail, and I'm like, Sunday? He goes, dude, we are so short-handed. We can't even keep up. So now we're delivering on Sundays. I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah. And we got to be back there at 7 in the morning to start again because we're so backed up. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was really funny. I'm just like, dude, little foot. Yeah, I was like blown away because I see him here on Sunday. I guess they actually deliver packages on Sunday. But yeah, I saw him walk across the street, and I'm like, well, this is different. He goes, yeah, we're so backed up. Oh, you're on your phone. Okay. Which came in. Don't remember the old car with his dog Spot. Oh yeah, I remember dog Spot. Car dealership, dog Spot. Yeah, I remember that one. Go see Cal. Yep. Yeah, that one. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. Was that the one with the dog Spot? That got changed into Pussy Cow, Pussy Cow, Pussy Cow. That's what we used to call it. Instead of Go See Cow, we'd say Pussy Cow, Pussy Cow, Pussy Cow. We were young. That's what we changed it to. Pussy Cow. Yeah, I remember that. I've been watching the old Medium 3. I'm sure. Yeah, those were big. That was, yeah, that was Go See Cal, yeah. So that was like 70s, 80s. Sacramento. Yeah, I knew it was U.S. Yeah, that was late. What was that, like 80s? I think that was 80s, wasn't it? Go See Cal? Pussy Cal? I was watching old, yeah, 70s. Yeah, I remember. I played They played when I was watching my kids' TV shows in the 80s and the 70s. I saw one of Steve Martin on Johnny Carson, and he did the great. It was a magic act. He did the great Flydini, and it's you gotta check that out. The Great Flydini by Steve Martin on Johnny Carson. He's a magician, but all the tricks he does and everything come out of his fly in his pants, and it's just he he actually well, this arm's normal, but this arm is not an arm. It's like a mannequin thing there, and he has an arm inside. But he brings like all this stuff out of his fly. Even it's it's so funny. Like typical Steve Martin, the Great Flydini. He has a cute chick come out, and he gets phone calls, so he takes the phone out of his crotch and talks, and it's for her. Hands it to her, and she's like, it's got like the 6 foot cord, so she's talking on it, walking around him, and walking around me, just standing there going. As she's talking on the phone and pulling the cord, it's going into his crotch. The Great Flydini. He pulls eggs out of it. He pulls all. I don't know how he worked it out, but all kinds of stuff. It was just. I'm like, I don't remember that one. The Great Flydini. Typical. He was so funny back then. I actually watched the old him on a dating game, and it was with Dean Martin's daughter was the woman they had on, and he actually won the date. His answers were hilarious compared to the others. One guy was like a jock, and the other guy was like, I don't know, like a student that worked at his college or something. And there was Steve Martin. And she asked the guys, if you could get stuck overnight in a retail shop, yeah, we all know the change and everything. But yeah, she asked, um, stuck over in the one goes, oh, a ski shop. Yeah, I'd love to be in a ski shop overnight. Then I could look at all the new skis and think about going to the slopes and, because I like to ski and I would just think of all the cool skis I could buy for going up on the hill and making good runs. She's like, okay. And then Steve Martin goes, a Goodwill. I'd like to be stuck in a Goodwill overnight. There's so much fun. I could try on all those old clothes and all those, like, I don't know. I just found that funny. Well, not only the cost of that back roads. Have you ever looked at? I have bass boats. Price of bass boats. When Nitro and that first came out, the 18-foot complete with graphs, trolling motor, plus the engine. I don't know what it was and anything. I think it was. I had one. It was like 91 or 92. I had it on. They told us I worked at telemarketing. I said to bring up your like dream thing that's supposed to make you want to make money. And it was the 18-foot or maybe 17-foot. Oh, it was the smallest nitro fiberglass boat. 7,000 bucks. 7,000. I think it was. This year's 6 or 7,000. Now those is their lowest. Well, no, that's not even nitro. That's Ranger. Yeah, I don't know. Now nitro, their lowest one for that size boat is like 30,000. Yeah, yeah. The tracker started out at, I think it was like 3,000. Yeah, I know. I said that nitro that I saw back then is going for like, I think their lowest one is now like 40 or 50,000 for the lowest fiberglass nitro, and he's at 17K for the bass tracker, which back then was like 3,000. I think 3 or 4,000 fully equipped. So yeah, it's crazy. And you don't even need all that shit. I mean, it's YouTube. It's YouTube fishing channels that promote everybody to that. It's stupid fucking video game fishing now. That's when I finally said, you know what, I'm done with this. I mean, all they're doing is staring at their graph, watching the fish eat their bait. It's not fishing anymore. Get $20 for the next day. Yeah. I said, and it's like, I don't know. That's why I said I kind of stopped watching on the fishing channels, but it got to the point that that's all it was. I mean, the Googans, all that, they have their fancy Garmin, they have their Real View or whatever it's called, and they're just sitting there like, they're doing this. I know. And they're doing this. Oh, there's one looking at. Oh, he just came up. Oh, he got it. Like, what? It's like, all right, I'm over it. I'm done. This ain't the way you fish. You don't fish staring at a fucking video monitor, watching the fish come up and eat your bait, because you can see the bait and the fish, and it's just another, now they're doing that stuff in tournaments and everything else. It's like, take it old school. You can use your GPS. Yeah, but a lot of people have their GPS, right, to find spots and that stuff. Tournament time, no graphs, no anything else, just GPS so you can get to your spot, but nothing on the boat that allows you to look underwater. That's the way they should be going. Because, I mean, it doesn't really help much shallow, but I'm just like, no, it should be, it's just ridiculous. But that's the industry, man. Yeah. No, not even a fish finder, just GPS. No fish finders, no graphs, just GPS so you can find spots that you marked. But when you get there, you shouldn't be able to look under the water and go, fish are gone. On the next spot. Yeah, that's all I use mine for. All right, Chris. Thanks for coming in. Hope you find something worthy to work for, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just getting stupid. But that's the industry. It's like now every YouTuber that's a video YouTuber has to have a boat with all that shit on it. Yeah, and they aren't helpful. I did a lot of Delta tournaments during my 8 years of doing FLWs. At the Delta, none of those guys had them on. Send me some turtles. Yeah, none of them. I get on their boat and I'm like, you don't have any electronics on here. They're like, dude, this is a Delta. You don't need them. I'm like, true. Yeah, and the Delta, yeah, even the pros during a tournament, I mean, well, most of them didn't even need a GPS because they knew where they were going anyway. But unless it was for a GPS type thing, but they didn't have them on. They never looked at them. They didn't even have them on the front deck. If they had anything, there was one on the council. All right, man, you'll figure something out. You got skills, my boy. Got a lot of things you've done. Yeah, but yeah, no, I just got sick of it. Obviously, now my show is mostly old skateboarding stuff. I mean, I was just like, yeah, I don't know. And then the last thing when I quit, most of the new up and comer bigger fishing, bass fishing channels, evidently the trend caught on that you fly fish for bass. So everybody was doing fly fishing for bass videos and showing like the cheapest fly rod rig for catching bass and stuff. And I'm like, please come that far. This is just ridiculous. Bass fishing ain't that, I don't know. It's not that complicated. It's pretty easy. But everybody makes it harder and then everybody just does bullshit. Yeah, they start their own site. They start their own site. Yeah, you have to pay to enter. They're going membership more than so they can show anything they want. Yeah, I know. I said that's what I'm looking forward. Oh yeah, it'll pay off. But do you know what they called it though? Do you know what they called it? This is a funny thing. What's that site called? Actually, the first day it was so busy they I guess it got shut down. So there was too much traffic. But what's that site called? What what is it called? That was a funny thing when I heard it and I saw it. Is what it's called. Backwards is looking it up now. Yeah, no, trial will be a lot of fun. Definitely waiting for that. I'll do the same thing I did last year. Update people on my Instagram if they sucked or not. It's $10 to join a month. $10 a month or $10? Oh yeah, $10 a month. Yeah, that's fine. They'll probably have different tiers and split it up to what you can see. The same thing as having members here that join. I mean, I have members to get behind the scenes in that. But yeah, it's basically behind the scenes. They just put all the shit they can't put on YouTube, like all the hunting stuff and that, on this pay for view basically channel. Have you not looked up the name of it, Backroads? My aunt tell you, because I found it funny when I saw it. I'll be back though. I go pee pee. I'll step out for a sec here. If I can get my camera around my beer. Oh. There you go. There you go. Just Fish got it. I know. It's called Guggen Uncut. Really? Really? Hasn't somebody that's a fishing channel on YouTube that's been around for a while had something called Uncut for like 5 years now? Who was that? It was some channel that was a fishing channel on YouTube. He has lots of videos out there. He's been on there for like 15 years. And for the last like 5 years or so, he's had segments that had uncut in them. Yeah. That's like I went, really? I came up with that because I thought it was cool because it was live. It was uncut. And now they're using the uncut for that. I'm like, it's not uncut. It's edited, done videos. It's just, yeah. I saw him when he announced it. He said it was going to be called. And I'm like, really? Really? Because I've known him for a while. And I've gone back and forth with him in comments and stuff. And I'm like, uncut? Really? The guy had that term for something I did for the last like 5 years. For 18, 19, 20, 20, last 4 years. Or 3 years, 3.5, 4 years, yeah. Yeah, and so they call it Guggen Uncut. Like, gee. Or if anybody else has had that brainstorm of an idea. But theirs isn't actually uncut like I did mine because it was live and it is uncut. It's just me doing this, no editing, nothing. Theirs are all edited, done videos. I mean, I didn't invent uncut, but I came up with CCB Uncut like 3.5 years ago. So I'm like, really? No, they just did it because YouTube got on them for. Oh, they just got pissy because they had all these rules for hunting and couldn't clean them, couldn't do all this and that, so they wanted to show all the raw stuff. So okay, you can come over here and pay $10 a month. I know. Well, I didn't come up with uncut. I mean, I came up with it myself. But the term uncut's been around forever because it usually means something that's raw and not edited. But I think I have had CCB Uncut for, it's been at least like 3 years, isn't it? I don't know, it was 2018 when Live first came out. I think like 2019 or whatever is when I changed the name CCB Uncut. It wasn't long afterwards. I don't know how you look it back at, but it's been a while. It's not like I came up with the idea 2 months ago. It's been lurking for a while. And I have how many of them out there? Once a week for years, 365. What's up, Tito? Yeah, well, you're doing that controversial stuff on their back roads. You can't be talking all that stuff on there. Yeah, I gave that shit up quick. You were getting a hell of a lot more views than me. I think my biggest one has like 1,000 views or something, but I don't know. A minute wasn't really my. Now I think it's up to 3 minutes though on TikTok, something like that, isn't it? Somebody told me that the other day. It's now 3 minutes. But I don't know. I like to edit and do stuff. Anyway, some of those minute ones are very. Yeah, and everybody. I don't know. I don't like minute clips. I said now it's 3 minutes supposedly, but no, I want something that's edited and made and entertaining and fun. Not that you weren't with your fishing videos back road. Sorry, I wasn't saying that. I liked your style. I liked what you did, but as far as the fishing world on YouTube these days, it's stupid. Remember, I did that survey once. I was doing the surveys every Thursday, and I asked what was the reason you watch most YouTube videos? And entertaining, catch a lot of fish, catch a lot of big fish, all that stuff and that. And I think you got like 80, 90 responses or something. But the biggest one was information, which everybody told me that I should do more of. And most of my biggest viewed videos on YouTube fishing were my tips and tricks, which was informational. So that's why I threw up all those things, just so I could like play with people and see what they liked more and that. That's why I used to ask all those weird questions about baits and jigs and their different stuff you use, different time of year and all that. So I could kind of speculate what to produce as a video so more people would be willing to watch it, which is sort of manipulating the circumstances. So yeah, but informational was like the biggest one. But a lot of those informational videos, my tips and tricks, originally I kept them like 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. That was it. Then you get people doing these informational videos nowadays, and they're like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And it's just like, get to the point. Like, have you been fishing? Tito went fishing. Yeah, exactly. That's another reason I got out of the back roads. I was like, wait, you were there too. Guys don't know each other. You didn't talk. Come on. Yeah, and the funny thing is too with the back roads is they don't even know the names of the veterans. I mean, remember I put up when Forrest Wood died. I put up my video about him, about the history of him, what he did for the sport of bass fishing, and I got a lot of comments from people going, "Who's Forrest Wood? Who's Forrest Wood?" And I'm just like, seriously. I mean, seriously, yeah, they have the only people in the bass fishing world haven't met him in person yet. Um, yeah, but see, see Backroads. That's the point right now, and that's why I've switched to my old school skateboarding because skateboarders love the history of it, and they love like Tony Hawk and all those people that I was around and I skated with and I learned from that pioneered their sport. And in fishing, it's like to most fishermen nowadays, who pioneered the bass fishing sport for them was YouTubers, which you what like when 2000 like 14, 15, 16 when it really took off. To most bass fishermen, that's who pioneered their sport. That's who was anyway. It started like 110 years before that. That's who they think are the pioneers of bass fishing. And skaters know that it went back to the 60s, 70s when it started. Those were the pioneers. YouTubers are like, dude, he fished in like 2000. Who's he? I was with Gramps and Wayne. And last time I bass fished, I caught Gramps' fish on my live. Remember? He was he was fishing that spot. He made two casts there, and then I made one cast and caught a fish. He's like, "Dude, you caught my fish." I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, but I hear you backwards. That's just it. What backwards say? Where is it back here? This is exactly how I feel about bass fishing. There's there's absolutely no respect for the old school, the people that there's just I don't know. And in skating, I've found it's totally different. Wait, what? Yeah, and that's just it. Like, I found a group of people that respect me for what I've done in my past, and it's been like the last 12 years on YouTube trying to get people to respect me for what I've done the same amount of time in the past. But one generation, one group of what I was in my history respects me, and the other group Um, asked me why I have such an old pole, why I don't fish the new baits. Have you ever fished this new bait? Have you ever fished this new bait, that new bait? I'm like, no, I don't need to catch fish. And then they go, all right, see you, and they end subtract. It's like, it's just stupid. They don't want to learn from the people that really know how to do it. They only want to learn about the newest magic lure. And what's going to catch the most fish out of my golf course pond? Yeah, but the time it would take me to monetize a new channel, um, yeah, I thought about that too. Other people said you should start a new. I'm like, no. And the amount of skateboarding channels now are just about as big as. But YouTube already got a hold of me. Um, they left me actually a little note on my YouTube studio, and they said, keep doing what you're doing. The unrig, right? Now I saw that. No, don't go there. I'm on a point right now. YouTube got to me and said, whatever you're doing right now, you should look to keep doing because it's getting more attention and getting more videos, views, and stuff than whatever else you were doing or your other videos. So, yeah, it showed up. It said experimental. I'm not sure why that posted twice. Yeah, but it showed up on my like timeline, and it showed up right where I started doing the new skateboarding videos, and it was a little thing. It said experimental. I clicked on it, and it said pretty much keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you're doing now and the new videos you're doing are doing better and getting more attention than what you've been doing. They didn't say for the last 15 years, but so I went, okay. And I know it's going to take time because I have 1,600, what, or not, 1,700 videos that are oriented at fishing. And now only 2 months of skating. But I was saying this earlier, I think it was before you get on. My 2 months of skate videos compared to my last 2 months of fishing videos, the skate videos have way more views than the fishing videos. So, I mean, if I switch to a new channel, focus on skateboarding, it might take me a year or two to get it monetized. And I wouldn't be uploading anything to my video, this channel, so it goes past and that. So I made a choice to just keep the same name, switch the header, do different stuff, and just jump in with that. No, Just Fish hasn't fished in 2 months. It's wine time, my friend. It's wine time. He hasn't fished in 2 months. Yeah, I mean one of those videos. Somebody hooked it up externally, or somebody attached it to an external. I don't know if it was Facebook or something. And within one day, it had like 100 views. And then one day, it got like 300 views, and just like And then after that, and I'm like, okay. And that was the third skate video I ever put up. So somebody found that, attached it because it says where, it tells you where the views came from. It says external. I think it was like 70% or something like that. But yeah, I'm like, cool. That one already jumped. And it's only been 2 months. So, and I have like my number one fishing video right now. I have the best drop shot knot. Yeah, but my best drop shot knot. It's up to, I think, almost, it's over 25,000 views now. It gets like, right now it's at 15,000 views, or 1,500 views in the last 28 days. For 6 months after I made that video, I think it was April 19th, 2019. Was it 2020? No, I think it was 2019. For 6 months, it sat with about, I don't even think it had 200 views. And then for some reason it caught on, and all of a sudden it just spiked. And now it's up to almost, I think it's up to 25, 26,000 views. And it's getting sometimes up to 2,000 views a month. And it sat for 6 months with 100 views. Or under 200 views for 6 months. And then it got picked up in YouTube search, and for some reason, ever since then, it's been getting over 1,000 views every 28 days. I checked today, I think it was 1,580 views. And now that we're getting into winter and people are fishing so much, more people are going to look for educational videos. So I'm sure it's going to go back up to, yeah, I mean, it's got me like, I don't know, 100 subscribers to it. And it sat for 6 months, and I put it on. I thought it was going to do great. And it bombed for the first half a year it was on there. But out of nowhere, it just took off. And I know here's another thing for you, Backroads. I know my footage that I have of my skating is really, really good. Because I put up one of Omar Hassan, a friend of mine, pro skater. He's got 100 and something thousand followers on Instagram. I have old footage of him from the Thrashthon. I put it up on my channel, the full, like 9 minutes of him. It was a contest. Then I found him on Instagram. Followed him, sent him a thing going, hey, Omar, remember me? Told him my name and that. I have some really cool footage of you from way back, 93, like, almost 30 years ago. He sent back going, dude, thank you for the memory. That's such great footage. He downloaded my footage, edited into a 1 minute little clip that he put on his Instagram. It's been on there now like 4 days. It has 23,000 views. In the first half day he put it up, it had, I think in like 3 or 4 hours, it had 13,000 views. Now it's up to like, I think it's up to like 22, 23,000 now. Longer version of the same footage I have on my YouTube has 46 views right now. So, I mean, I have 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. He has 102,000 followers on Instagram. So and everybody's comments on it, I read them all. Everybody's like, sick footage. Who filmed this? Love the footage. So great. Love the way it's edited. So I know it's not my footage. It's just he has a lot of followers. He puts it up. He gets a lot of views. I have it sitting on mine, 48 views or something. Yeah. I mean, but I don't want to, I mean, it's not like I want to get back to him and go, hey, Omar, could you like post a link to the full video on my YouTube channel? I was just amazed he got back to me, actually looked at it. I mean, I hadn't contacted the guy in 30 something years, but I put it up. I commented to him and said, "Hey, I just put up some old footage of you from the crash song. Really cool footage." One of his followers said, "You should DM this to the link to this to Omar." And I don't even know. I didn't know what I mean. DM. I didn't know what DM meant on Instagram. On Instagram. Oh, direct message. Is that what? Anyway, so since I joined him, I DM. I said, "Hey, it's Scott Kala. I don't know if you remember me. I used to skate with you back in the day." Um, so I sent it to him. He actually got back to me. Said thank you for the footage. It was great. A whole bunch of fire and all these emojis. No, then he obviously had to download my video. Then he recut it to a minute because that's all you put on Instagram. Just a minute segment, and then put it up on his channel. He didn't put the link to my video on YouTube, which I would have made money from. He just cut it down and did really cool footage, a minute footage, and he had all my slow mo and all my some of my best cuts I did. And yeah, it's I mean, 48 views or 49 views in the same amount of time. Actually, I think I put mine up. No, I put mine up the day before I gave it to him. He should have, would have. And yeah, so I get 40. I think it's 48 now views, and he gets 22,000 at this point. Who knows where it's going to go after it sits for another month or 2 months or whatever. But that made me go, okay, it's not my footage. It's just the fact that he's known, it's his name, he spread it out to 108,000 people. At least, a 25% of the people that follow him watched it. And I was just reading the comments, and like, people like what I did 30 years ago. I mean, as far as filming and that. So it makes me at least feel good. Now that one's been out for what? I think it's been a week now, week and a half. But since his is on Instagram, his name's attached to it, and he tagged me on his Instagram too. It had at Old School Skateboarding Instagram, so he did tag me. I got a few more followers for that. But if that gets out there and people watch that, it works. It filters out, it goes out. Somebody, somebody goes, "Oh, this is actually the full version of that 1 minute clip Omar put on his Instagram. This is cool. We get to see 9 minutes of him skating. That whole contest and all of his runs, not just that little 1 minute clip." So who knows where it's going to go, but that could happen. I mean, I was full aware of it when I switched it to the old school skating stuff, that it was going to take time. I'm not a skate channel. I did skating fishes, and I did a couple skating fish videos. I did a couple of memories to do skating fish live. So plus I have that old school vert skating circa 1986. That video from 2006, I think. It has like 51,000 views, 55,000 views. But since I put old school in the start of it, that's why now all the skate videos I put up start with old school skateboarding. Then what they're about. I'm being smarter about how I make everything more consistent every time on YouTube, which I found is kind of what people do. So I don't know. that's just what I'm trying to do. And I started a new Instagram, the CCB Old School Skateboarding. I have CCB Center Coast Bass on Instagram, but I figured I had at least to make one social media site that was strictly about skateboarding. And I'm up to I think 75, 76 followers now. And I think it's been a week and a half since I created. 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks. So I don't know. I think that's pretty good for followers for a week or a week and a half. But now I've had Lance Mountain respond back to me, Christian Assoy respond back to me. Tony Hawk hasn't. I say him on Instagram, but yes, he has 7 million followers. I don't know if I'll ever see mine. Um, Bert Lamar got back. Yeah, a lot of these old skaters are actually finding my Instagram and actually remembering me and getting back to me, going, "Dude, thank you for the footage. Where you been? How you doing?" Like, so yeah, that it's just it's fun exploration, and I'm getting response back from like the godfathers of skateboarding. You know, it's like I never fished with KVD. I never fished with. Well, I could say all the old school fishermen that I never fished with, but most of the YouTubers today wouldn't even know who they were anyway. I mean, KVD, obviously, maybe, but you said you need to go back to Rick Clunn or even Chuck Grigsby, even like Rick Clunn, that type. They're like, who, who? With even new skaters that are only like 12, 13, I throw out a name and they're like, you skated with him? And I'm like, yeah. When I was about your age or a little bit older than you. And they're like, yeah, I mean, their eyes just light up when I tell them a name. I mean, Tony Hawk, obviously, but if I say Gons or Nadas or some of these other people, they're just like, you skated with him? I say, yeah, I skated with Rick Clunn back in the day. To most fishermen, they'd be like, oh, does he have a YouTube channel? I'm like, yes, but that's not the point. It's just so different world. Is it raining over there, Tito? It's raining here. Uh, yeah, no. Well, I told Dad about Backroads because Backroads put this up. Yeah, he didn't put a link to the original, but he did at on Instagram. He put hashtag, he put at or whatever. So yeah, he gave me an at. And I gained a few more followers. But yeah, I'm just getting there. I mean, it's only been a month or 2 months now. And it's rained a little bit here, light. Yeah, but pretty much just letting all these old skaters that are my age that knew me and I skated with for like 2, 3, 4 years back in the day. Um, I mean, I'm contacting him 40 years later, 35 years later, 38 years later, and just to have them go, I remember you. Where have you been? That's That's gratifying to me because I was around them when it was hot, and then I sort of disappeared. I'm gonna do some documentary about it, but my skate park closed. I pretty much stopped skating. No, they don't know. That's what I said, Backroads. I said when I put up that video about when Forrest Wood died, and I got tons of comments going. Well, anyway, they watched the video, or I'm assuming they watched the video because I explained who he was. A lot of comments said, who is Forrest Wood? Um, I've never heard of Forrest Wood. I'm like, ugh. YouTube is fucked the fit bass fisherman, let me tell you. But I said it's really refreshing now at my age of 55 when I say this to when I'm at skate park and talking to like 10 and 12-year-old skaters. And I don't skate as much, but I can still help them and teach them. I know all the moves. And when I tell them just throw out a name, like I said, they're just like, you skated with him? And I'm like, dude, you're 10 years old. How do you know who Marcus Hollis is? How do you know? But I don't know. It's just the skate history. They are so in tune with the people that founded what they get to do because it was such an outcast thing, and we were considered such rebels like bikers, and we didn't have any place other than the skate park. Any place else was illegal, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't even do it, on the street in front of your house half the time. So it just woke my eyes up to sort of the ridiculousness of YouTube and bass fishing and the YouTube bass fishing channel. It's just it's all hype and to sell product. It's just shove a product down your ass. I guess up your ass. No, no, no. I'm doing new old school videos too. Yep. Yeah, I've already started filming. I have a 22-year-old high-8 camera. I'm gonna go back to filming new footage, but old school with the way it was filmed back in the day, the way I filmed it on tape. It's 4:3. It's not 16:9. It's got that edge to it. It's got that grain. And I found on YouTube through the comments and through people I've talked to, everybody's like, I just love the old videos. I mean, I love the 4:3, the square. I just love the way it looks. That's where skateboarding came from. That's how it was originally filmed, the birth of it. Now it's all GoPros and high-end cameras, 16:9. It looks all perfect. But people really love the older look of it and the older aesthetics. So that's what I'm gonna start doing when I run out of the footage I have. Is um, new old school skateboarding and me filming with my old high 8. So I have a plan. I have a plan. Plus, if I give myself the point that I know and get back in contact. All right, Tito. And getting like Lance Mountain, Christian Soy, and all that. I can start doing new stuff, but like Jeff Grosso did with Love Buggers, maybe I can get together with those guys and film documentary style stuff, talking to them about our days and their time with me back in early 80s, 81, 82, 83, that sort of stuff. So I have it all kind of planned out. Backroads. This is my old stuff started it, but I have ways to bring it further. Yeah, that's my. All right, Jess Fish, thanks for coming in, man. We were wondering where I knew where you were, but everybody else was like, where? I'm like, dude, it's wine time. He's stomping grapes. This is when he's busy in the fall. Yeah, so yeah, that's sort of my master plan. Backroads is, and see, you don't follow skateboarding, you know skateboarding. A very good friend of mine that I'm going to do a love letter to started a love letter to skateboarding. I think I think it lasted for like 6 7 years. Sponsored by Vans Off the Wall, and he would bring in all the old school skaters and have like subjects like the invert and set slides and freestyle and all that. And he had millions. Well, Vans Off the Wall, I mean, Instagram, but those videos themselves, I mean, they all have like 250,000 views, 500,000 views, 120,000 views, and I don't know. I think I could. Other, I didn't. I mean, I came, but I don't know. So I'm thinking like he died a year and a half ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get to contact him again. I didn't know about till after he passed away when I found his videos he was doing on YouTube. That's an efficient thing. Wasn't thinking about skateboarding, but yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is I'm sort of in my thought, and me and Jeff were the same age. I'm sort of taking over because Lance and Christian and Tony and all that they've never jumped into that sort of thing that he had, but he had. If you watch his videos and the way I am, and our personalities are pretty much the same, and so yeah. So I think I might be like maybe something that's if I can orchestrate it and put it together well, sort of the next Jeff Grosso as far as what he was doing for love letters to skateboarding. And I spent a lot of time now. Purple Gang, what is up? Purple Gang came in. Yeah, and I'm doing a lot of downloading of old school stuff. I love doing documentaries. I want to do documentary style stuff on a lot of this. So I have ideas. I sit out here. I find videos. I watch videos. Um, and I think of things, and then I want to put them in with. I want to, like put them in as footage in when you're. So I've got a lot of stuff downloaded, and then I'm downloading a lot of stuff. And every time I watch something, I'm sort of thinking of, oh, if I did sort of a documentary type video about this would be really good footage to like show a little clip of and that. So I've started accumulating and downloading not only of my old stuff that I have, but a lot of the old footage and how it's put together and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think I have, other than the footage I have, and I could expand that to old school just vlogging. A lot of just party stuff and just old school stuff I have of footage of me. But I think I have stuff that could last me, I don't know, for years. I mean, hopefully. Now that I've committed to it and switched over to it, plus intermixing new stuff with it and the new old school. I think I have a lot. I have a concept that I think could keep the new City Coast Bass style probably going on for quite a while. And hopefully this version of it makes me some money. So, yeah, thank you, Backroads, for coming in. And everybody else. But I knew you'd be one that could give me a lot of constructive feedback. Because you've struggled it with yourself, you've struggled it with your channel and your business. And yeah, it was the, that's what I said. See, funny thing is, there's another, his name's Tony Roberts. His first channel, which is monetized, makes money, was Real Surf Stories. So he lives here in Santa Cruz. He used to film surf and skate videos. Yeah, but I saw him because he actually filmed all the old Speed Freaks videos. He filmed a lot of really well-known skate videos from the mid to late 80s into the 90s and everything. When he started a channel called Real Surf Stories, I started watching him on there, and I'm like, I sent him an email, I'm like, who are you? Because I think I know who you are, but to have this sort of raw footage, you must have been behind it. And he goes, I'm Tony Roberts. I did the editing, and now I actually remember who he is. He still lives like probably 40 minutes from me in Santa Cruz. But he started a new channel called Real Skate Stories because he was putting all this skate footage that he found. It was actually lost. Somebody had it. He got it back. And I was like, well, you have like, I don't know how many he has on the Real Surf Stories. Probably like 7. No, it has like 10,000, 12,000 subscribers. So he finally started the old school skateboarding one. It has 736 subscribers right now. I'm starting to get a lot of views on the old raw skate footage he has, but it's probably gonna take him another, I don't know. It hasn't been up that long. It's been up like 6, 7 months. It's probably gonna take him another year or so to get to the point that that channel is monetized. So you can put him on his Real Surf that's monetized anyway, skate footage, and get money for it. But now I tried to go to Real Skate Stories, the new channel, and I'm thinking it's going to take him a while to get money on for all this incredible raw behind the scenes footage he has of late 80s into 90s of like the top pros. So I don't know, maybe I collab with him. I mean, I know who he is now. I knew who he was back then. Heard his name. I think I'd even been there when he was filming. And now he knows who I am again. So that's what I said. My connections in skateboarding go, and the possibilities of collaborations go way further back than Bass Fishing videos. And quite a few of the people that I know that are well known, that quite a few of them live actually within like less than an hour from me, because a lot of them are from the Santa Cruz area and still live here. So I'm gonna have fun and explore this and figure out how to, I don't know, turn it into something hopefully that's lucrative on my channel. since 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 like 12 years of bass fishing hasn't really been lucrative. So yeah, just let you guys know I'm not going anywhere, and probably by January I will upload, mix in more fishing videos, but it'll be trout fishing. So yeah, exactly. If it's your passion, it's your love. Just keep going. Just I have the presence on the video. I'm good at doing this stuff. Just talking to people, just being here. I mean, um, yeah. And I already have 2 videos that are fishing that are sort of compared to my last 2-3 months of fishing videos taking off. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'll throw up a fishing one here and there. If people are remembering me before that. But you guys remember you were on the records. You should go when I did the skate and fish live. I used to be at the park for an hour or two before I went fishing. I kind of not knowing I was going to do this later on in the channel, I kind of mixed it in back then. The feeling was bubbling, and then I remembered all that shit I had in my storage unit, and now I have most of the skaters around here that know me and they've seen me filming and were there when I was live, so they're more comfortable with me being around them and filming them, and they're impressed that of my history. So I think it's all going to work out. And that said, I'm out of here, guys. My battery's down to almost 15%. So, and I've been on 2 hours and 37 minutes. Yeah, I didn't know it at the time. I don't know. I didn't know it at the time. But now I look back to what I'm doing now and go, yeah, for some reason, I was up to something. And yeah, and now suddenly, yeah, it's been a shift. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot. Thank you for everybody. So good to see all you old schoolers coming in here. So some now CCB old school, and I'll see you tomorrow. I think I might just go unless it rains. I'll be live anyway. But I don't know. It's raining right now. It might rain tomorrow. I don't know. But I was thinking about just mess around with the hitch at El Cerro again, and so I'll see you guys tomorrow.